Okay.
Right, what are we talking about?
We're here with Alastair Parvin,
That's me.
speaker, main stage WikiHouse. I interviewed you in TED Global last year, and now you're on the main stage of TED, so you're going to be a different person after your talk tomorrow. So tell us about some of the main things for the WikiHouse project right now. Where are you at?
Okay, so God, that's a really hard question. So the big things are, first we kind of feel this is the year we need to build the first fully inhabited prototype. So we've done a lot of prototyping up to this point, but we need to actually make the full house now. So that's a big deal for us. We can develop the hardware up to a point, but until you've got an actual house that's kind of lived in, and hopefully there'll be many of those. The second thing is, I think software development is a big thing for us, because the plugin is kind of the beginnings of a thing, and it's an amazing thing.
For people to actually print out.
Exactly. So basically make it really, really easy for like
a person to go from their computer,
for anybody,
desktop.
even if you don't have serious design skills, to be able to go straight from your computer to desktop, click print on a house, and we could go straight into a CNC machine in theory, which we can't do yet. So that kind of software development side of the plugin is really big. It's a really big kind of future area. Mm-hmm. And then the final thing is, as I was talking about with you, discovering the kind of realities of open source projects is that the level of just answering emails and working with loads of different people who are kind of coming and doing amazing stuff in the community, and they're all just amazing, and just how kind of we need to build better infrastructure for the community to share, so it becomes less time intensive on our email inboxes.
Yeah. So how can we work together? Hackathons, maybe? What are some ideas?
So we've talked about hackathons, and one of the big trends we talked about is the fact that open source hardware is only as good as open source materials. So that's one of the big kind of future development areas, and open source ecology, of course, explored that with mud bricks. There ain't a material more open than mud. But that's a really interesting future. So we start talking about how we can not just use, in our case, plywood, which you have to buy for, say, $20, $25 a sheet, but suddenly you start talking about, can we use recycled materials, bioplastics, things like that. It gets really, really interesting. So that's going to be a future development area.
Two immediately relevant tools are the bioplastic extrusion in the Global Village construction set, as well as the CNC table,
CNC machine,
which would be for routing the sheets.
Because we talked about this idea of the house plus the CNC machine is an amazing thing, because you can make new parts for the house, but as soon as you combine, say, a house with a CNC machine plus a machine that can make sheets using old sheets and recycled plastics, then suddenly you've got a complete local ecology which is completely not dependent on buying anything from anyone. At that point, you're getting seriously disruptive. So that would be an interesting development.
In terms of cost, and what kind of cost benchmarks are you looking at for WikiHouse?
So as I was saying, this is always one of those hard questions to ask, because it's all about how much can you do for yourself. So let's go right down the extreme end and say you get yourself a CNC machine, and at the moment something like the Blackfoot is around there. I think it's between $2,000 and $3,000. Then you've got the cost of the energy to run that machine. But at that point, if you're doing everything for yourself, then it's the cost of materials, so it's about whatever cost per sheet. And we're at the moment, our WikiHouse system, which is we've only done one-story houses. We want to do more, but it's working out at about between 5 and 6 sheets per meter squared of internal finished house.
And you include designs of various furniture?
Yeah. That's you can do anything. In a way, furniture is actually a lot easier than houses. So we should probably do more of that. So actually, I hope really people will go onto the WikiHouse site and just tinker around, make furniture, share, get in SketchUp and start making stuff and just share it. Because everything you do will turn out to be useful. So
and the site is?
Have fun with it. So the site is at wikihouse.cc. You can also check out the project that we're doing, supporting the Rio guys, who are amazing bunch of guys, setting up a kind of community factory in one of the favelas in Rio, and that's at WikiHouse.
Or actually with WikiHouse technology?
Yeah. That was that project won part of the Cities 2.0 TED Prize. And they're trying to pick that off the ground. So if you happen to know anyone in Rio, get in touch. Check out their site, which is at wikihouserio.cc.
Oh, excellent.
They're just kind of getting off the ground with that project, which is cool.
Well, I look forward to your talk tomorrow.
Cheers, man.
Okay, thanks.